parents brought me here, and at that time I was 11 years old, which means I'm 20. And I just want to say that living a life as an undocumented person is not like easy, especially once you grow up. Like I still remember when my parents brought me here, out of everything that I could think was just they get in school, learn the language, which it was easy for me. It was not easy for me, but I tried my best, because I wanted to be able to communicate with everyone. And for me, being able to do that, I had to learn English. So I went to school and I was in that ESL program for 2 years. And after, when I was in middle school, once I was in high school, I started taking regular classes. I was already out of that ESL program. And on my junior year, I started taking other classes, started taking honors chemistry, honors calculus, and also my senior year, I took AP stats. A lot of people that knew me in high school wouldn't think of me like as an undocumented person because they always thought that I was trying to get grades in school. And a lot of my friends that are undocumented, they didn't try as hard as I did because every time that I would ask them, why are you not trying to get good grades at school, trying to graduate with a grade on, with a really good grade on average, and they will tell me, well, because I'm not gonna be able to go to college after I graduate. I told them, you know what, I don't care if I'm not able to go to college or not. I'm gonna still try my best, because I still hope that one day I'm gonna be able to accomplish my dreams no matter what. And I know that right now, just one paper might be stopping me, but there are definitely other ways that I can accomplish my dreams. And one of my dreams is to become a professional pianist. When I was in 8th grade, I started teaching myself how to play the piano. And in my freshman year, I joined choir in high school. And in that year, I auditioned to play a song that I brought in one of the concerts. And that was just the beginning of one of many opportunities that were gonna open for me. I played in that concert, and then after that, my choir teacher asked me if I wanted to play for one of the shows that they were gonna have. And I also played the piano for theater, and I got to travel around with them. We went to theater competitions, and both of the years that I was in theater, we won the state championship. And in both of the years that I was in theater, I got Superior Award for Music in districts, regional, and state. And I don't know how many of you here are musicians, but you are probably have heard of solo and ensemble. On my senior year, I decided to do that. Basically, for those who don't know, solo and ensemble is kind of like a competition. It's like a music festival. You prepare a solo, and then you go in the festival, and you're like a judge, and if you get like a first division, you go one rating. You get to go into state. And on my junior year, that was the first year that I tried that, and I didn't make it to state. But in my senior year, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna learn this song that I prepared for solo and ensemble, and I practiced it, and I got a 1 rating on the district's competition, and I was able to go into state. And a lot of my friends were asking me, oh, see, you know how to play the piano really good. I cannot even imagine, how were you able to teach yourself? Because, I've been taking piano lessons, for 8 years, and you can play better than me. Well, you know what? Yeah, sometimes, you can accomplish so many things in your own. Yeah, you need the help of some other people, but the thing is that you have to be willing to sacrifice. And what I did is sacrifice time. There were times that a lot of my friends were asking me to hang out with them, but I wouldn't. Be like, you know what, I'm gonna practice the piano, and I'm not gonna be done till I at least have a song or two. The first my middle school years was easy, but once I started getting in high school, it was getting tougher because I was like, a lot of my friends were asking me, what are you planning to go to college? What are your plans after college? After high school, I was like, okay, I want to go to college. But the first thing that obviously, like, when you apply in a college, they ask you for your social security number. And I remember when I was in 8th grade, I was calling to the office, and my counselor called me. And when I went in the office, she called me. She told me that I was eligible for the Rate My Creek Unit Scholarship here at GVSU. Like, oh, I was like really happy, and she gave me the application. And once I saw the application, and I was like, and in the part where he asked me about my status, I didn't know what to put. So I left it blank. I didn't mention if I was a U.S. citizen or not. But then when I got in high school, in order for me to get that scholarship, I have to go to meetings every month. And my freshman year, I went to all the meetings, but in my sophomore year, I decided to stop going to the meetings because I knew I wasn't going to be able to get that scholarship. And that scholarship was going to help me pay my 4 years of college. And also my junior year, my counselor called me, and she told me, come on to my office because I have great news for you. I went into her office, and she told me, you are eligible for a scholarship for college, and it's a full ride, it's gonna pay your full tuition. But again, just because of my status, I wasn't able to get that scholarship. I graduated in high school in 2010, and I had applied to a lot of colleges, and I was planning to go to Southwestern Michigan College. And I was gonna start going into Southwestern Michigan College this past fall, but I couldn't because 6 months ago, my dad was deported back to Mexico. He was stopped by a cop, and he was caught like driving without license. He was taken to jail, and in 2 days he was taken to the immigration facility in Battle Creek, and in 2 weeks he was deported. My mom, she decided to go back to Mexico a month after that happened, and she took my little brother and sister. For me, it was really hard because it was the first time that I was going to be on my own. I know a lot of you are in college, but I don't know how many of you are still living with your parents, but even if you're not, if you have your parents here, your parents like some way, like when you need help, they help you. But right now, with me, I'm on my own. Like, if I need help, like I don't have anyone to go to. I just have my brother. He already has his wife, a child, but it's not the same without being alone by yourself. My dad asked me to go back to Mexico with him, with my family, so I can go to college. But I told my dad, you know what, Dad, I'm not gonna go back because it has been years that we went through a lot of stuff. And basically, if I decide to go back to Mexico with you, it's like I'm not appreciating everything that you did for us. What you did for me is like you brought me here. I don't care if it was documented or not, but you brought me here with one intention, to have a better life. And you know what? He did. I told him, you know what? You already did a lot of work. You already tried your best, but you know what? Me as an adult, I think it's time for me to keep going on with the fight, to keep trying to achieve the American dream. Like right now, I'm still playing the piano. This past week, I was asked to play an band at a church, and after I played that band, the music director at the church, and that church is like a really, really huge church. It has around 4,000 members. They asked me if I could play the piano in one of the services. And to me, it's like one of my dreams because I always wanted to play in a huge music group with an orchestra, with everything. And see, for that, I don't even need papers to be playing. There are a lot of, you can still accomplish your dream. Don't let just one piece of paper stop you. You can do a lot of stuff. I just want to share that. I don't know how many of you have friends that you have come out to us undocumented. But with me, a lot of my friends told me that I'm not an ordinary friend because I'm pretty open about like my personal life with everyone, my close friends. Like 2 months ago, one of my, I used to live in Benton Harbor, by the way. I went to Benton Harbor like 2 months ago to visit my friends. And while I was there, my friends asked me, oh, you know what, let's go to a club, party, let's have fun. I'm like, okay. And the club that we went to was in Kalamazoo. We went to Kalamazoo, and as soon as I stepped in the club, they asked me for my ID. My ID is expired. I haven't not able to renew an ID, because of the law that was passed that you cannot get license for it. And not even renew your ID. They checked my ID and told me it's expired. Do you have another one? Like, no, I don't have another one. Well, you cannot get in. And I feel like really bad because my friends like drove like 1 hour so we can go to the club there. And I feel like really embarrassed, like people walking around and they kept asking me if I had like anything like to show them that I was already 18. And I feel bad, and I just told my friends, I'm sorry, like you can't go in, I'll wait for you guys outside. My friends told me, you know what, we are here for your work and I'll be your friends. It's like, don't feel bad, like we can have fun in another way. So we went back to the house, we started watching movies, and I still like felt bad inside me because just because of that, we were not able, to get in. And I feel bad because my friend especially, he drove like 1 hour so we can get in the club. But when I went back, I told my friends, you know what, I'm sorry. They are like, you know what, don't worry, we are here for you, and that's what. And I asked like all of you guys, I don't know if you support the dream act or not, but if you are against it, like try to be in our shoes, like try to be like in our shoes, just try to imagine like how would it be if you are not able to go to college, if you are separated from your family, if you are outside, like are on your own. Just think about that. And I'm sure that once you try to be in our shoes, you are gonna change your mind. Thank you.